you and good afternoon, everyone. I'll be quick and fast. I'll be speaking about blockchain solution that is addressing the conventional businesses. And in the space for last 6 years, some of you know about that, been always seeing that most of the use cases are going in terms of crypto use cases or futuristic problem solutions. There's a huge world out there which they have their problems, pain points in their conventional businesses, which blockchain can plug in. And that's what exactly we've been coming up with. That's about the invoicing. Invoices, by the way, are the most common and the largest used commercial documents in the world. It has numerous pain points, where a few of them we are trying to solve. And that one which I'm showcasing today is about the Know Your Invoice. It's a very transformative kind of a solution. You have heard about KYC, you have heard about KYB. Financial institutions are doing that. We believe that in future, and not far from now, KYI, Know Your Invoice, will be their key service if they will have to do the invoice financing. Now, let me take you to the overall picture. The world of financing, the lending and the credit is about 7.83 trillion in the world. The portion of invoice financing is just 4 billion in it, which is not even half, close to 0.5%, which is negligible, nothing. There are reasons for that. And also the growth on your right, you can see, is not the same as of the other global financing products. So where are the gaps? The gaps are basically on the next slide, and I hope I'll go to that. So invoice financing is done mainly by the banks and financial institutions, and they face a lot of fraud issues, fake. Can you help me in taking forward the slides? It's not very easy. Where I have to direct, can you help me in that? Where I have to direct? This side? All right, thank you. So these are the pain points of the industry, the banks and financial institutions. So they've come across the duplications, one person getting invoice financing from one bank and takes the same invoice to another bank to get the financing from there. So there is a duplication of financing on the same document. Errors and missing information, the efficiency issues. The most important one is the fake. The most important one, why I said, because you can hardly judge whether the invoice credentials are accurate or not. And lastly, tempered ones. So yes, there is a transactions, but there is overvaluation to gain more out of the banks to get the invoice financing. So to avoid that, banks have to go with the due diligence process, which is long, which is tedious and costing them a lot. So they generally avoid this type of financing because it is tedious and costly in general, and still it becomes some kind of a hazardous for the fraud reasons. Here's the solution, Know Your Invoice. So if the banks have complete verification of the journey of the invoice, they can safely and quickly do the invoice financing to their potential clients. How we are doing it? We are basically NFTing, or we are basically putting all of the information of the invoice on blockchain. Why I use the NFT? Because it's just a hype word. Otherwise, it's basically putting any information, giving any ownership of the credentials of the invoice to where it belongs to. So banks will have the complete timestamp trail with them to be sure that this transaction actually took place. There is no tampering in the whole journey of the invoice. There is no tampering in the numbers, and that's where we are bringing the value. So you can see even the supporting documents, even the steps which are part of any invoice journey, they are all going on chain. And that all is bringing a value proposition for the banks and financial institutions that they can offer their corporate clients a new product. New product like they offer to their employees as advanced salaries, as loan. Similarly, they can offer to their vendors advance payment for their invoices. That only is possible if the invoices are happening through InvoiceMate and the blockchain-powered information is going to, untampered information is going to the bank. And what that gives to the banks? Basically, it is giving them the risk profiling of the applicants, their credit worthiness, their invoice verification in a quick manner. They don't have to spend 20-odd days. They can quickly do it on a prompt basis. And eligibility algorithm. So it's a complete new business model for them. So they have their new credit scoring pattern based on the document which is applicable to small business, medium-sized business, freelancers, and everywhere in the corporates, private sector or public sector. So it is applicable to the entire business world, to the entire organizational world. That's where I believe that the blockchain practitioners should be thinking, rather than bringing out an application which is addressing a very small niche. This is where the world needs blockchain. And you can come up with the new product, new revenue streams, and blockchain can solve the pain points of millions. So this is where the value for the bank, they can do the quick and efficient invoice financing, security, so there is a fraud resilience for them, there is efficiency for them, insights about the whole journey of the invoice for them. On the other side, invoice financing clients, they now, with the help of this software or with this help of this blockchain application, are eligible to get financing, where generally they don't have access to this world. So financial inclusion is where we are addressing the main thing. So as I mentioned about the financial inclusion, 4 of the 17 United Nations sustainability goals we are ticking. And that is all helping this financial inclusion where there is underbanking, where there is no banking. How we are doing it technologically, this is what we are doing. We are putting all the functionalities in different organizations relevant to the invoices on chain. So whatever the steps they are taking on the chain, on the invoice, they're going on chain. We are also with our module of ConnectMate. We are connecting it with the legacy applications, ERPs, and the accounting packages. We are also integrating the payment channels, Payoneers, Stripes, MasterCard, Visa card, online banking channels, and respective payment gateways of the regions. And finally, we are bringing the banks with us to do they become the marketplace for the invoice financing applications. So we are not just having the blockchain part, because again, blockchain cannot solve every problem in the world. So we have AI-based bot in it, so which is helping to reduce the errors, enhance the efficiencies. There are dashboards which are again good for the decision-making of the users. There will be, there is in fact rather vendor management system and client management system, InvoiceMate, which is a bookkeeping app within the InvoiceMate.
2 minutes.
Sure. There is a comparison for the different industries. We have 2 different versions, Lite and the Pro. We have already implemented in several organizations, including the Saudi Agriculture and Livestock Investment Company. It's a government entity. We did the case study, what were the benefits for different stakeholders using InvoiceMate. Other than that, Canadian companies and a couple of Pakistani large exporters have been using it. Again, if we do the benchmark with other applications, there is a serious upfront we have, and especially in terms of blockchain, there is no other invoice management system powered by blockchain in the world. These are our flagship partnerships. We are very proud to say that now we are launching it at SME B2C level and in Pakistan, which is with the help of their digital bank and the conventional bank, and also our flagship partnership is with the leading telco. Just like here we have Etisalat and Do, the Pakistan's leading telco is Jazz. So they are becoming our implementation partner to launch it Pakistan-wide. We will use the same case study, the model, to replicate it here in UAE and Saudi next, and upfront then UK, US, so on and so forth. We have other government partnerships as well. We are also putting this as a first enterprise software or application on Metaverse. More about that will be coming in like few months from now. And this is an amazing team helping me to bring this to reality. Thank you indeed. Looking forward to have some questions or discussion. We are open to partnerships with the banks, financial institutions, and the large corporates. Thank you indeed.
Thank you very much, Mohammed.